abusuafo yɛn nyinaa nim sɛ ɛyɛ NDC amanyɔkuo no ɛna ɛwini na party bi ɛwini a mostly na wɔn de wɔn anaasɛ wɔn nipa na ɛhyehyɛ department foɔ bebree na ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana mu ase na EC ɛyɛ baabi baako a kyerɛ sɛ wɔhwɛ sɛ wɔbɛyi ɛyɛ Jane Mensah afiri hɔ na amanfoɔ bebree de abɛto abɔnten sɛ ɛbɛyɛ aka EC ɔno ankasa mfa ne resignation letter mfa mbra abɔnten kora ansa na NDC foɔ aba abɛsake no na yɛtete sɛ ɛyɛ wɔn pɛ sɛ wɔn fa obi foforɔ wɔ EC department hɔ na edin bebree na aba abɔnten edin baako a abɛto abɔnten abusuafoɔ mpɛ sɛ mɛka sɛ beebi na mpɛ sɛ yɛkɔ akotie edin na abɛto abɔnten a kyerɛ sɛ NDC amanyɔkuo hwɛ sɛ wɔn bɛtumi de no abɛhyɛ ɛyɛ EC department hɔ na kyerɛ sɛ wɔabɛyɛ electoral commission ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana mu ase subscribe to my channel like it for adwenkyerɛ so gu comment section kamakama yɛbɛhwɛ mu ne akenkan biribiara ho fɛfɛɛfɛ yɛkɔba deɛ kan bi yɛde bɛbrɛ mu.
They move him to hold to become regional director.
Not people who speak, from their chest. Especially there are certain positions you cannot speak from your chest. Otherwise, like I said, then you become figuratively the napo in the commission. And
yes,
it's not,
because
it's not
that point is some have also supported that. It's in recent time that we haven't seen any public relations officer or communications officer for the Electoral Commission. Previously, there was Serwaa. I think Serwaa was appointed as an ambassador. In 2017, she was a public relations officer for the Electoral Commission at some point. That's prior to the 2016 election.
So, no.
But 11, Prof is beyond.
Why?
Prof can head the EC now.
Yes. Some people have said
Prof, you should head the EC.
Don't do that.
I will advocate for you.
Yes, Prof, it's your turn.
I've seen those messages as well.
It's your turn. Mensah out, yes. Prof.Gyampo in.
You are too qualified to head the EC.
Okay, so why did you not? Prof, I've seen those messages as well. Because I'll read them. The ones that they are talking about. I'll read them.
We will advocate for you.
So, but yes. Why did you not pursue the Obuasi East constituency case the same way that we've seen Okaikwe Central and then also Tema Central and Techiman South being now overturned, that redeclaration being quashed by the Supreme Court, this ruling yesterday? Because the Obuasi East constituency situation is almost similar to what happened in Okaikwe Central, right? When the NDC candidate had already been declared, and then last Saturday we saw a redeclaration of the NPP candidate as the MP elect. But hold on a bit for me with the answer to this question. Albert Ahin, the man you just mentioned his name, he's joined us on the telephone right now. He is the national coordinator of the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEL. He's been a director of the electoral services for the Electoral Commission, Eastern Regional Director of the Electoral Commission at some point. Mr. Albert Hein, good morning. Thank you for joining us on Key Points.
Good morning, my brother.
It's good to have you. First off, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you, my brother.
Oh, you are not so well.
No, I'm hearing you. Please go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, earlier in the week, CODEL, you recommended that there should be a rerun of the elections in the polling stations that the pink sheets have not been found. In the Dom Kwabena constituency, 3 of them, and then also in the Ablekuma North, about 62 polling station pink sheets are being contended. Will the rerun be a solution, really, to this situation in these 2 constituencies?
Yes. You and I know very well that there's a stalemate. And what even worsens the situation is that we don't have any of the other parties who is also in possession of some pink sheet that can be used. And I told you earlier on, some time ago, that normally when we have a stalemate like that, you rely on the pink sheet of the other party. Why we do so is that the presiding officer may have signed, the results have to tally amongst all of them. For example, if you take 3 parties, together with maybe one of the major parties that has gotten one, if you have similarities, or they are the same figures that you find on the pink sheet, then you can readily rely on these sheets and then pronounce or declare the result. But here we are, for example, at the Abrikuma North. One side has it, the other side has the results scanned. And each of them is not prepared to accept or yield to whatever is there as evidence. So obviously, if we cannot rely on any one of them, then what else should be done is to go again and either do the whole thing, or, like I said, concentrate on the polling stations that are left, and then if you do a rerun and get everybody involved, and then the results can be announced. But as it is now, we cannot rely on any result that is readily available. The EC doesn't have it. So what do? The obvious answer is that none of them is prepared to yield, so we have to do it again. That is what I said.
I see. But then again, for the NDC, they hold a strong view that, for instance, for Dom Kwabenya, they have 2 of the 3 polling station pink sheets. The NPP doesn't have it. The Electoral Commission also says they don't have it. In the case of the Ablekuma North, the NPP says they have 25 scanned pink sheets out of the 62. NDC says they will not admit the scanned pink sheets. They want original copies. The Electoral Commission doesn't have their copies of the pink sheets. So at what point would you recommend a compromise? That is, if there will be at all in this situation.
The question has the answer you yourself have given. The scan one is not being accepted by the NDC.
Yes.
They don't want to accept the scan one because they think that something untoward may have happened to it. The other parties amongst is it the 11 or whatever, those that are left, also don't have any. If they don't have any to support whoever has it, if, for example, the other parties have gotten some of the pink sheets, you look at it and then they have similar figures. You have the same figures like what the other one has, then of course you will see that you have a point, you have something to rely on, because the presiding officer who belongs to the UC have signed, and the agents have also signed, then you can declare. But here you are with some doubt about what is happening. So the obvious choice, the alternative, or what should be done now, is to redo it, rerun, and then everybody will have his peace of mind. Because nobody, as I said, would want to yield to this kind of exercise. Like, okay, now I'm going to accept your scan results. Let's see whether we can rely on it and check the figures. If they are okay, then we can go on. So in the face of this, the obvious choice is to go again. And that is my stand.
I see. I'll seek the thoughts of my guests in studio as well. But you haven't worked in the commission, the Electoral Commission, for a number of years in various high positions in the commission, Director of Electoral Services at some point. You headed the Eastern Regional EC at some point, and many others that you have done in the Electoral Commission. Seeing how things have played out during and after this election, and even the Supreme Court decision yesterday, how does all of this strike you?